Welcome back, Questers, to our daily routine of opening the scriptures, aka Roots. Let's continue exploring as we dive into Genesis chapter 15. Oh, hey Quester community. Welcome back to our 15th day of our Daily Quester Roots, our routine of opening the scriptures. It's been a great 15 days. Today we're on Genesis chapter 15. If we're going to be disciples, we need to be filling our hearts and minds with the Bible. And if our lives are going to bear sweet fruits, we need to be sinking down deep roots. So Questers, let's get rooted. Genesis 15. After this, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward. But Abram said, Sovereign Lord, what can you give me since I remain childless? And the one who will inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus. And Abram said, You have given me no children, so a servant of my household will be my heir. Then the word of the Lord came to him. This man will not be your heir, but a son who is your own flesh and blood will be your heir. He took him outside and said, Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you are able to count them. Then he said to him, So shall your offspring be. Abram believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness. He also said to him, I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to take possession of it. But Abram said, Sovereign Lord, how can I know that I will gain possession of it? So the Lord said to him, Bring me a heifer, a goat, and a ram, each 3 years old, along with a dove and a young pigeon. Abram brought these to him, cut them in two, and arranged the halves opposite of each other. The birds, however, he did not cut in half. Then birds of prey came down on the carcasses, but Abram drove them away. As the sun was setting, Abram fell into a deep sleep. And a thick and dreadful darkness came over him. Then the Lord said to him, Know for certain that for 400 years your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, and that they will be enslaved and mistreated there. But I will punish the nation that they serve as slaves. And afterwards they will come out with great possessions. You, however, will go to your ancestors in peace and be buried at a good old age. In the 4th generation, your descendants will come back here, for the sin of the Amorites has not yet reached its full measure. When the sun had set and darkness had fallen, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch passed between the pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram and said, To your descendants I will give this land, from the Wadi of Egypt to the great river, the Euphrates, the land of the Kenites, the Kenizzites, the Cadmonites, Hittites, Perizzites, Rephaites, Amorites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and Jebusites. This is the word of the Lord. The grass withers and its flower falls away, but the word of the Lord endures forever. Genesis chapter 15, another great chapter with immense importance. God makes a promise with Abram and promises him not only the land, but that his descendants will be so numerous, oh my gosh, that if he can count the stars, that's how many descendants he's gonna have. That is an incredible promise. I wonder how God is gonna fulfill it. how does God fulfill his promises even when they seem impossible? Abram says, I'm too old. This is going to be impossible. But he trusts the Lord, and it says because he believed the Lord, he credited it to him for righteousness. I wonder what that word means. What is righteousness? That's another big question I have. And my last question is, I wonder what God means when he says your descendants will be slaves in a land. They will be mistreated, but then I will bring them out in the 4th generation. What's going to happen there? We're going to have to keep reading to find out. What are your questions? Write them in the comments below or send us a letter to our P.O. box. You can find the address at questercommunity.com. Well, that's all for today, Questers, but as always, I'd like to give a huge shout out to 2 of our Quester investors who are gospel givers that make these videos possible, Ron and Leslie Ashpool. Thank you so much for being my friends and for believing in this project and helping invest to make it happen. We love you, and I hope to see you Questers tomorrow for our 16th day of Quester Roots. Let's get rooted. We're on a quest to find the answers.